Okay, so this is my review of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Spoiler review. Total spoilers in this, so if you don't want to be ruined, well, not if you don't want to be ruined, if you don't want your experience of watching Spider-Man Brand New Day ruined, then don't watch this and come back to it after you've watched it in the cinema. So yeah, you've been warned. This is a spoiler review. First review I've kind of done, movie review. So yeah, let's see how it goes. There's no professional things, just my thoughts of it. And I've got interesting thoughts on this, which I think are going to differ from the majority. So first of all, is this Spider-Man movie better than the first Spider-Man? Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire? No. Is it better than that second Spider-Man movie? No. Is it better than the third Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire? Yes. Is it better than the one with Andrew Garfield? Both of them? Yes. Is it better than all of Tom Holland's previous Spider-Mans? Yes. So I would say it's the third best Spider-Man in the live action series. Um, there were some good things about it. There were some bad things about it. I'm going to start off with the good. I love the relationship with Spider-Man and the Punisher. I love their relationship. It's definitely like they got a bromance going. They got a big bro, little bro. You know, they've got different ideologies. If you know about the Punisher believes in pulling a trigger and ending lives. Spider-Man believes in capturing and rehabilitation, kind of like Batman. Um, So they definitely cross ideologies throughout this movie and it conflicts with each other. So they have to, that it shows in the end when the Punisher is going to kill Jean Grey and he shoots a bullet, but Spider Man gets in the way and shoots Spider Man instead. So, but I loved their relationship. I love the first half of this movie. I thought it was really good. I think it really touched on the whole loner life, especially as a young person trying to find their way in society, and they don't have any friends because of what's happened in the previous film. No one remembers who Peter Parker is. So yeah, he has no friends, and he's doing it by himself, and he's doing a lot by himself. Um, so I like that. It kind of really gives you a sense of a feel of a man trying to come into his own by himself and doing that without the contact and social environment of his friends. So that was really good. I really love the first half of this actually. I love the whole mutation, him having to deal with his mutation. You know, what's that gonna be? Is it gonna be the man spider or something else? I love that part of it. Um, is there anything else? There was a part where, yeah, actually, I'll come to that in the second part. That's the only parts I liked. Some of the fight scenes are okay, but those are the things I liked. Other than that, I didn't. I disliked a lot of this movie. I thought the second half. All right, so basically, Jean Grey's in this movie. I kind of knew Jean Grey would be in it from what I've heard on the grapevine, which is played by the actress Sadie Sink. She's a new Jean Grey. So yet again, another reboot of the Jean Grey character. When are they gonna get it right? So another Jean Grey. And I believe when you find out the main villain in this movie is supposed to be Jean Grey, that's when it falls for me. That's when the movie falls flat. I don't know what it is with Marvel, but I don't like Marvel's Spider-Man as opposed to the old school one with Tobey Maguire. They always like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man always focused on Spider-Man and his, what he had to do to get by and things like that. But it seems like with Marvel, they always, they got the Punisher, they got the Hulk in this, they've got Jean Grey. Like it's always even got the Black Widow, the new Black Widow, Milena. Is that they're always trying to say, "Oh, Spider-Man's here, but look, we're linking you to other properties that we're gonna do, other movies we're gonna do." And it's like, no, just focus on Spider-Man. One good thing I forgot to mention was Hulk. I like that they finally got him back to the monster Hulk. I never liked this Professor Hulk. I think he was cucked. I shouldn't say that, but I think it's a weaker version. I like this Professor Hulk. Sorry, I like the original Hulk. Hulk smash. I like that Hulk. But from when Jean Grey is discovered to be the main villain and then it's like, her sister dies. So basically, her sister gets captured. That's her whole mission, to kind of get this organization to give her back her sister. But you can't, if you know kind of these movies, Jean Grey's a good character, so she's gonna go to the good side. So it's kind of wasted. So the stakes are lessened when you find out it's Jean Grey, who's been shapeshifting, going to different bodies and stuff and like that. Um, and then it gets a bit convoluted because once she's discovered, you've got different things, different themes. So you've got Spider-Man working with his mutation. You got the Hulk. You got the whole Jean Grey, her trying to find her sister and him trying to stop her. You got him trying to get connected with his friends. Um, you got him and the Punisher's relationship and their ideologies. There's just too many threads. Excuse the pun. There's too many threads weaved in, and it's just too much. Where before that, it was more simpler. Him dealing with his mutation, bad guy. Like, it was more simpler with the added effect of the Punisher in there as well. Um, I actually did like the ending scene where I thought it was real emotional when Spider-Man's in hospital and he's recovering and the Punisher's there and he's talking about, I should never have done that. I thought that was a really emotional scene. It's quite emotional, and it was quite funny. And Spider-Man's like, oh, what are you crying? Like, oh my god, I can't believe I just seen the Punisher cry. And then Spider-Man leaves, or you know, I was gonna say Clark Kent, no, not Clark Kent. Um, Peter Parker walks out because he's trying to keep his identity, so he walks out as Peter Parker while Punisher puts on the Spider-Man outfit, doing all that. I thought that was funny. I love Ned, actually. That's another thing. I love Ned. I never really liked the character of Ned before. I thought he was a bit too much, not funny at all. But in this one, he's more toned down. I like his version here. Um, I love the bit when this Sadie Sink, the Jean Grey, is inhabiting Mary Jane, and then basically, Spider-Man thinks that Mary Jane knows that Spider-Man is Spider-Man, that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. That something's there. Someone's telling me it's you. Let me see. And then he takes off his mask and he gives her that kiss. He goes, oh, it's like true love's kiss as if there's a curse. I remember now. And he's like, oh my God, thank you. I've loved you so much. And then she's like, psych, gotcha, bitch. It's really me, really Jean Grey inhabiting Mary Jane. So that was quite funny. That was quite deep, actually, the way they did that. But all in all, and the Hulk, I like that. But I just thought, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to hit the action scenes. If you think about think about Spider-Man 1, the ending when Spider-Man is fighting a goblin and how brutal, vicious that fight is. I didn't get that feeling in this movie. Maybe with the hand, but the hand is just a plot device. Like, the hand is just there to show, to him to rage out and to show his new abilities as he's mutating. So, the hand is used by Jean Grey. She's mind manipulating them. So that's when you kind of get a brutal fight. But other than that, no, it's not really like that. And then they do this whole trope. I'm finding now they're doing that a lot. And they did that with Captain America, the the Falcon's Captain America with the Red Hulk, when he's kind of talking him down and that diffuses the situation. They did the same thing here of Peter Parker, adhering to Jean Grey's, side, her endearing side, and trying to connect with her, and that makes her power down and be good and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, but it hasn't got that brutality in the fight scenes. Like, it just doesn't hit the same for me as it did in the early Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire. It just doesn't. I don't know. I think it's the fact that they're always trying to add things in the Marvel's Spider-Man. They're trying to add in different things from the universe. They don't just concentrate on Spider-Man. I was disappointed with Scorpion. He's just there just to be there. You see him twice, and yeah, that's it. He gets dealt with, and then you see Tombstone. He's like a cameo. He gets captured. That's what you're seeing him. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's very well. Tom Holland's a very good actor. I'll give him that. And like I said, the start. If it had carried on with the start, it was like a portrayal in loneliness, him trying to do it by himself, him investigating who's this character that's going into different people, like what's going on here, him trying to go on without his friends but missing his friend and his girlfriend. I like that side of it. And then his mutation, dealing with that, I like that side of it. The second half, it just became a bit of slop to me, and it lost itself for me. What would I give it? I'd give it a B. I'd give it a B. Maybe a B plus. Maybe not an A. I'm sorry. I don't really like Marvel's version of Spider-Man. I prefer the Sam Raimi ones. I just think they're more. They hit harder. Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. I'm hearing some people saying this is the best Spider-Man. No, it isn't. I know it's been blooming successful. It's going to be. Listen, it's a good movie and it's successful as hell. It's more successful than Endgame projected, apparently. So we'll see about that. But it's going to be it's going to be a successful movie. I've watched it once. I won't watch it again. Maybe when it comes out on Disney, I'll give it another watch. But it was a decent time. I had fun with it, and it was really promising. If it had kept the same vein in that first act, this would have been one of my favorite Spider-Man movies ever. Unfortunately, the second act came. So yeah, that's it, man. That's my review of the Spider-Man movie. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What were your takes from it? What were your good and bad points of it? And yeah, I'll see you again next time. Peace.